Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and I own a small crochet business called Alyssa Stitches. So in this video, we have three different things again. It is a market recap, so I'm going to tell you everything that's sold, and a custom order that I did for my grandma, and then a market prep. Basically, I'm just going to show you throughout the week what we're doing. Today is Monday, May the 4th, and I have a market this Saturday on the 9th, the day before Mother's Day. So first, I'm just going to show you the custom order I did for my grandma. She wanted an elephant made for my cousin's baby. It was his first birthday. I really wish I would have gotten more pictures because she did like a little golf theme and it was so cute. She decorated so cute. But I made him this elephant, so I did take a little video while I was there just so I could put it in this video, so I will put that in now. And yeah, he loved it so much and I'm just so happy I made that. And everybody was like so amazed and loved it and just thought it was like the cutest thing. Okay, so now on to the market recap. I did actually bring my stuff to film at this market, but they had a DJ there and it was really loud, so I don't even think you would have been able to really hear me anyway. But if you have any recommendations on how to like silence the background, or because I have no idea how to do that, and every market that I've done so far has music playing, so I don't really know how to get around that. But if you have any suggestions, just please let me know in the comments. So I mentioned in my last video that this was going to be my first time at this market. It was actually really busy, but I don't think I would be coming back to this market. It was a little chaotic and not very well organized, which I don't like that at all. I'm a very organized person, so I did not like that aspect of it. I also didn't like how it was really set up. Like, we had to walk really far with our stuff, and all the markets I've done so far, it's not a far walk and you're not having to, you know, carry all your stuff multiple trips. And it was downtown, which the parking is very bad downtown, and so the whole time I was so scared that we were going to be towed while we were sitting there. So I just had a lot of anxiety this day, to be honest. I even packed up a little early, which, if you know me, I'm so not like that. Like, I'm honestly probably one of the last ones to start packing up because I'm so like, I don't want to get in trouble, because you can't really pack up early. But I was literally like throwing stuff in the bag like 30 minutes before we were supposed to end, and I was just over it. It was so hot. It was just too much. Like, honestly, I was just so over it. So we did do pretty good at this market, but unfortunately the vendor fee was pretty expensive. It is the most expensive one that I've done so far. And to be honest, I actually made more at a market last week that I did, and I paid half of that vendor fee. So it wasn't really worth it, even though we still did okay at this one. And like I'm saying, I just don't think I would be coming back to this market, at least not at this location. I'm so sorry if you hear my cat. She's upset because she wants to come in this room. This is like her favorite room, but she's not really allowed in here because she gets into everything. So with all that being said, I'm gonna get into everything that's sold. If I have pictures, I will pop them up so you can see what items I'm talking about. So we sold 4 of our pocket octos. I didn't write down which colors, so I have no idea what colors we sold, honestly. We sold out of our little duck in a frog hat, and we had 5 in total, so we had no more left. I sold out of my little Spidey hangers. I had 2 of them. I also sold both of my penguins, so we sold out of those. I sold all 3 of my little sea turtles, so we also sold out of those. And if you saw 2 videos ago, I talked about my sea turtle that had the really cool shell background. That one sold, and it was a dad and his 2 kids, and he was really like in love with that turtle, so he basically convinced himself that he was gonna get that turtle, and he was like, this turtle is so cool, and I'm like, you know what's up. We sold a Sleepy Kirby, which that was my last sale of the day. I actually had them come and look at my booth, and then they walked off and left, and they had someone that was drawing people, so he had his girlfriend being drawn at the time, and he came back down to my booth and was like, while she's being drawn, I really want to buy this and surprise her with it. So I thought that was really cute. We also finally sold my shark to a little boy. It was so cute, and I'm so happy it finally sold. Like I said, I made that a really long time ago, and I love sharks. That's my favorite animal besides cats. So I was really happy that it went to a loving home. We also sold one loaf kitten, and we sold a loaf cat as well. I also finally sold my chef rat, which I've only brought it to like 2 markets, but this was actually by a vendor that came down and bought it from me, and she was so nice. She said that she saw me post it on my Instagram, and then that day she was going up and down trying to find me because there was a lot of vendors that day, probably like 50 vendors at this location, and she was so excited to get it, and she actually sent me a picture of it in her kitchen. She said that she loves Ribby so much, so I was really excited that she got that. I also sold a strawberry plant, which I was very happy about, and that was my first sale of the day, which I was very excited about. Actually, that family bought my strawberry plant, a loaf kitten, and both penguins, so that was a good sale right there. I also sold my big jellyfish, which I loved the person that bought that too. She kept coming back and looking at it, and then she would go to another stall or like a vendor across from me, and she kept turning around and looking at it. She came back and took pictures and videos of it and then left again. She probably came back like 3 different times looking at it, and I had it hanging from my tent, so you can see it as you're passing by, and she just kept coming back and looking at it over and over, and I was kind of like, please buy it, please buy it, and she ended up buying it. So I was so happy, and she was so thrilled to have it, so I'm really glad she got that. And then I also mentioned that I had mystery boxes, but we decided to just take the rest of them out and just lay them out as individual items. So I ended up selling the stingray and the little axolotl that we had, and I believe that that's all of the items that came into the mystery boxes. So now I can focus on making new items for mystery boxes. If you have any recommendations on small plushies that kind of come in like a bundle set, because I want them to be relatively like the same size, please leave them down in the comments so I can look for those, because I'm really wanting, yeah, like relatively same size plushies that kind of go together in the same scheme of things and can fit into my mystery boxes. Okay, so this is future Alyssa coming in because I totally just realized that I didn't add one of the purchases that was made, and this one was kind of shocking to me. So if you watched last week's video, I showed you my mushy boys, which this is the only picture that I could get. It's not the best, but I never took a good picture of them. But I mentioned that I've brought them to every single market this year, and I've been to about 8 markets, and I made 5 in total, and I had only sold 2. And at this market, we completely sold out. We sold all 3 that were left. So I just thought that was so weird, because it was very rare that people ever really looked at them or obviously purchased them. But I thought it was so interesting that they all sold at this market. So overall, we made $423, which is pretty good. But like I said, the vendor fee was $120. So that takes out a huge chunk of our profit. And then I also paid $11.46 in square fees. So we ended up only bringing $291.54, which I say only, it's still great. I love any sort of profit. Even if I just made $5, it wouldn't have been that great, but I still love any profit, because I could make nothing, or people could walk by and be like, oh, her stuff is ugly, you know? So I appreciate any profit or anybody buying any of my stuff, because I know that crochet is a luxury item. It's not something that's a necessity like food or, you know, anything like that. So I do really appreciate anybody that buys anything from me, seriously. So now we're gonna get on to the stuff that I've made this week. To be honest, I've been kind of slow with prepping. I took 2 days off because I have been doing markets every single week for like, I feel like a month. So I did take 2 days off. One of the days that I took off was for my cousin's son's birthday, and then the other day was just a rainy day, and I woke up super late that day. And yeah, I just was just like, I'm just gonna relax the rest of the day. And so we had like a movie pizza day with my husband and I. So I actually do have some other items that aren't completely finished in my whip cart in my other room, but I'm just gonna show you the stuff that I have finished so far, and then in the next clip I will show you more of the stuff that I've made. So starting off with this, I've been wanting to make this for so long and I just think it's so funny, but it is a little tooth keychain. It has a little face on it, and yeah, I just think this is so cute. It is a little more long because like hers looks a little more like stout. I don't know how to explain that, but yeah, I just really wanted to make a tooth keychain, and hopefully like a fun little dentist or dental assistant will like this. I just hope people can tell it's a tooth. I held it up to my husband and I was like, what does this look like? And he was like, a tooth? And I was like, okay, great. So hopefully someone will find this and like this. I also went ahead and made another strawberry planter. I have brought them to the last 2 markets and they have both sold. So this is actually my 3rd one that I've made so far. And I'm gonna keep trying to bring these. I actually made this one a lot faster than the last 2. So that was nice because now I basically know the pattern. I also made this cool rat. It is so cool. It looks so much like a rat. It's kind of crazy. I love the tail. And I forgot, I have an Amazon order coming in and it's all crochet related, so I will definitely include that. It's supposed to come in 2 days, I believe, so I will definitely add that because it has some items for more rats, so I'm excited for that. But I absolutely love this, and I actually have had rats before. I had 2 rats. My husband and I loved them so much. Oh my gosh, if I have a picture, which I know I do, I'm just gonna have to find it, but I will pop it right here. Their names were Moira and Mercy, and I loved them so much. I even have a picture, I'll put that in too, because I had all of my animals like Animal Crossing themed, and I had an artist make these for me, and she did such a good job with making this print. So I have it hanging on my wall right here actually, but I will add that in here as well. This next pattern is by the same designer that did the Sleepy Dragons, which I'm absolutely obsessed with. And when I saw this on her shop, I just had to have it. I actually was watching one of her YouTube videos and I didn't know it was her, and it was one of her like market vlogs. And I saw that she had all these different Sleepy Dragons and I was like, she must love that pattern. And then she was talking about her Etsy and I was like, wait a second, maybe this is the creator of that. So of course it was. When I went to her Etsy, I was like, oh my gosh, this is literally who that is. So it is her box pattern and I think it is so adorable. I absolutely love this like tail detailing. I think it is so cool that she did that, and yeah, it's so tiny and little. I just love it, and it's perfect for like your desk. I know it's like a little bit big, but it's still weirdly small at the same time, and it actually advertises that you can like put your phone into it, which I did test, and it does look so cute like that. So I definitely cannot wait to put this on my table. I think it's gonna be adorable next to my Sleepy Dragon, and I really hope she continues the series with like more sleepy animals because I just think this is such a cool like unique pattern. I also made 2 graduation bears. So I made one that's plain without the little collar. This is the first one that I made and it's still really cute, but I actually really like this one. I don't know why. I feel like they look so different, but this one is adorable and I absolutely love the colors of this. Like I said, this was from my local high school's color, the high school that I went to. So yeah, I think hopefully someone will like these, and I'm gonna bring them to this market coming up on the 9th, and if it does well, I'm definitely gonna make more in this color. So the last thing that I made, I'm sure you could see it sitting back here, but it is this unicorn. The pattern I actually think is intended to be a horse, but I basically freehanded the horn and the hair at the back. I'm thinking about adding more hair because it looks a little sparse, but we will see if I have time, because I think it looks okay as is, but I love it splooting and it sits really good on its own. So I really appreciate that. And of course I gave her pretty glittered eyes, of course. But yeah, so that is all that I've made so far. Like I said, I do have some things in my whip cart that I'm still working on that are like half done. And then I have tons of things I still want to make, and hopefully I will be getting around to them. It's just I feel very behind for this one. I don't know why. And because this market is Mother's Day themed, I wanted to have more things that would appeal to moms, but I don't want to be stuck with a bunch of items if they don't sell, if that makes sense. So I'm really wanting to make like miniature hanging plants or something like that. I'm just really not sure. Honestly, we'll see what happens, but regardless, I'm going to get to work and we're gonna see what we end up with, so I will see you in the next clip. So it has been a few hours since that last clip that you saw, and this is what I have made so far that I said was in my whip cart, and I finished them now. So let me go ahead and show you. So I finished all 3 of my spider hangers. They turned out so good. Like I said, I sold out of these. I only had 2 at my last market and both of them sold, so I really wanted more because people love these so much. And then, like I said, for Mother's Day, I really wanted some smaller hanging plants. I don't know if I'm gonna make any more. I kind of would like to, but I just feel very behind, so I guess I'll see towards the end of the week if I have more time. But I basically kind of free-handed the pot size itself, and then I just made like smaller vines. I basically followed the same pattern as like this big strawberry one as far as like the leaves and the flowers, but I just kind of free-handed the pot, used the same flower and vines, but I just made them like smaller vines. So yeah, here's like a size comparison of the 2, but I just wanted like a smaller option if somebody didn't want to spend a lot on the bigger one and just wanted like a smaller version. So like I said, hopefully I can make more this week, but we will definitely see. Now I think I'm going to try to restock on some things like my duck and frog hats or my sea turtle, since I completely sold out of both of those. So I really need to get started on something like that, and I will let you know in the next clip what we made next. So it is now May the 6th. Hopefully that comes up for you. And I just showered, so we are gonna get into some market prepping soon. First, I'm gonna show you my little Amazon haul that I talked about earlier, and then I'm gonna show you what all I made yesterday. First up, I got some red safety eyes, and I'm really excited for what I'm going to use these on. And I'm not sure if it was last video or 2 videos ago, but regardless, I got the 30mm eyes in that one, and I have decided that that is going to be my go-to size for safety eyes. So I went ahead and got more just because I wanted free shipping, so I just wanted to add something else. And if you're in the crochet world, you know that weighted plushies are really in right now. So I actually had my vendor host of like the main markets that I go to, and she asked me if I could make a weighted plus, but she didn't specify if it was going to be like for her, or she didn't say what she wanted. So I'm going to make one for her. And she actually runs the lemonade stands at all of the markets, so I think I'm gonna make her a little lemon, and maybe I'm gonna make it like Jellycat with the little feet. If not, it's just gonna be a little lemon with face. But I went ahead and got some of the pellets to put in there to make it weighted, so I'm really excited for that. And the last thing, it's not that exciting, but I'm very excited about it because I've done so many markets this year so far, and I have not had these until now. Bags. It's bags. I'm really excited about having bags. I have not had any this whole time, and I think they are pretty essential, so I'm really excited about these. I think I'm gonna get like a stamp or something just to say thank you, and maybe in the future I will get like a custom stamp from Etsy or something like that, but for now we just have plain little bags, and I'm really excited about it. So now we're gonna move on to what all I made yesterday. Really tried to lock in and make a bunch of stuff. Sorry, I had to switch over because it says my camera was about to die, so had to switch it up for that. But here is everything that I made yesterday. So I restocked on all my sea turtles. So I made the green and blue, my cute little pastel pink one, and then my cool tortoise shell looking one. I'm really excited about this one. I also finally made a sunflower turtle. I've been wanting to make this literally since I started crocheting, so over almost 2 years now. And yeah, I finally made one and I'm really excited. I think it came out so cute. I also made 5 little chick and frog hats. I'm so obsessed with these. I actually used a bigger hook this time, so they're still small, but just a tiny bit bigger. And then I really wanted to make this, and I'm so glad it came out cute, even though it's the same item, but I made a chunky boy one, and I love how it turned out. So these are the sizes next to each other. I think they look so cute, and yeah, hopefully someone will get this big chunkers. So today I think I'm really gonna work on restocking. I might make another small hanging plant. I definitely want to make some jellyfish, and I'm not really sure. We're gonna see what we get into though. So I will probably update you on Friday, the day before the market. So I will definitely see you Friday. I'm back. It is Friday, the day before the market, and I want to show you everything that I made the last few days. I think the last time I filmed was Wednesday, if I believe. So this is everything that I've made the past couple days. So let's go ahead and get into that. So I guess I'll start with like kind of the smaller stuff first. But I just made this last night, and it is a little frog hanger. I think it's super cute, and I only made one. A lot of times whenever I make something for the first time, I usually only make like one or two just to see how they do, and if they do well, then I will continue making them. But I'm only gonna make one just to see how he does. So this one is something I kept seeing on my Instagram. It's a free pattern, and I've had it saved for so long, but I just made this like 30 minutes ago. But it is a little weenie dog. I love it so much. It's so long. I love the little collar color that I picked. I think it's super cute. I finally got to use these little nose, like safety eye, I guess, or safety nose. I ordered these noses. It was like in a pack with eyes as well. But I ordered them a really long time ago, like kind of when I first started crocheting, and I never really get to use the nose pieces. So whenever I do, I get really happy because it's so cute. And I'm pretty sure I mentioned in one of my last clips that I really wanted to make another small planter hanger, so I'm glad that I did. I actually made this one pretty quickly, and like I said, it's the same like free-handed little pot, and then I used the vine and flower pattern from Sierra Stitches, who I got the huge like strawberry planter from. So I did mention that this market is the day before Mother's Day, so I really wanted a lot of Mother's Day things that would appeal to moms, and this is something that I actually started a really long time ago, and it's been in my like whip cart, but it's really rare for me to have something sit so long because I really like to finish things off. But for some reason this one just like didn't stick with me, or like I never really got the urge to finish it for some reason. I am gonna bring it. It's not my finest work ever, but it is just this little bouquet. I actually love the bouquet piece. I just am not a fan of how the flowers turned out. So I think the pattern's really nice. It's just like I would have picked like a different style of flower, and yeah, the leaves are kind of weird. Like it's just not my best work, but I made it a really long time ago, and I figured, you know, if someone wants this, that's great. If they don't, it's not gonna hurt my feelings or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this and hopefully it sells. And the next thing I'm really proud of, this is what I wanted the red eyes for, and it is a white rat with red eyes. It looks so good. I think it looks so cool. Like it looks just like a rat. Like this is such a good pattern. I really love this pattern for rats, and like I said, I used to have rats. It almost looks like the rats I had, except for my gray rat had white, but this is them together. They look so cute. Absolutely love them, and the red eyes look so good. Like I thought they might turn out a little more like cartoony, or like I didn't want them to look weird. Like I just loved that the red eyes turned out even better than I imagined. So super cute little rats. And this next one that I made, I've actually made before. I made it a long time ago as well, but my last one, I did not like the eye placements. I think I actually had this in a video like 3 videos ago or something like that, but it actually did end up selling, and I was so happy about that because I really wanted to remake it. I just wanted to see if someone would be interested in something like that in general, but I remade it, And the eye placements I changed. I went on my own terms versus what the person that made the pattern recommended. I made the eyes closer together because I like it to look a little more like derpy. But it is the little chick in a bucket hat. I think these are so cute, and yeah, I think it looks way better with the eyes like closer together. Hopefully this is focusing. Of course it's not. Focus, girl. Okay, there you go. And yeah, I just think this is so cute. I love the bucket hat color. Honestly, I kind of wanted to make more in different color hats, but honestly, I'm donezo. I am done market prepping. So yeah, I think this turned out really cute. I'm glad that I made the executive decision to move the eyes because it's very adorable. I think I also mentioned in my last clip that I really wanted to make a jellyfish. If not, I really wanted to make a jellyfish. I already have another one, but I really wanted to make a pink one. So that's what she looks like. She's got her glitter eyes going, her nice little tentacles. Absolutely love these. And yeah, I love hanging these from my tent. They always look really cool. And the last thing that I made, it's a huge item. And like I said, I kept wanting things for Mother's Day, but I just could not think of anything that I wanted to make. And my husband was like, why don't you make that huge piece that you made for Valentine's Day? And I was like, that is such a great idea. Oh my gosh. So actually, the last time I made this, I used Baby Bear, I'm pretty sure. If not, I used like Posh Pearl, one of the two, and I used a way smaller hook. So this time I used Sweet Snuggles Light with a 5mm hook, and it turned out way bigger. So this is it. It's a puppy holding a bouquet of roses. I think it's so cute. And yeah, my husband did such a good job with recommending me to make this pattern, because I made it actually really quickly. The first time I made it, I feel like it took me 10 million years, but I was also still pretty new-ish to crocheting. I've gotten a lot faster within these past few months, especially like doing markets. I've gotten really fast at crocheting, so I feel like I did this pretty quickly. So yeah, I'm really excited about this one. I really hope this one sells and I don't get stuck with this huge item. But yeah, hopefully someone will love this, because whenever I bring my little pups like this, they usually do really well. So I'm really hoping he finds a good home. So that is going to be it for this video. I will definitely let you know how this market goes in my next video. I will give you all the results and everything. This is also going to be a new market that I'm going to. I have high hopes for this one. It was a pretty good vendor fee. It's what I normally pay at my other ones, so I'm not paying like a crazy amount. And it's literally like right here by my house, which is another plus. It's literally like less than 5 minutes away, so that's awesome. And yeah, I'm really excited about it. Apparently the weather is going to be pretty good. We live in Texas, so it's always something here. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I will definitely let y'all know the results in my next video. If y'all have any suggestions for video recommendations, please let me know in the comments, because I would love to do some kind of like challenges or literally anything like that. Just let me know. So thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!